Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter. In the last class, we have completed all the 35 shlokas meaning. As usual, today I am going to give you the summary of this 13th chapter, which is titled as the Kshetragna Vibhaga Yogam. The whole Bhagavad Gita is looked as the three parts. The first 6 chapters are called Pradhama Shatkam. In that Pradhama Shatkam, Jiva Swarupam is explained. That means Tvam Pada Lakshartham is explained. In the second Shatkam, that is from 7th chapter to 12th chapter, Ishvara Swarupam is explained. That means Tat Pada Lakshartham is explained. Now, Mahavakyam completed 3/4. Tat Tvam, but or one. Now, Bhagavan Krishna has to say. The Asipadam Vicharana, the Aikya Gnanam Vicharana is in this Charama Shatkam. From 13th chapter to 18th chapter is called the last portion or Charama Shatkam. In this we have completed the 13th chapter. All these chapters up to 18 are only going to talk about the Jiva Ishvara Aikyam. Tat Tvam Asi. Asipada means are one. Ishvara Jiva are one. That means Mahavakyam or Aham Brahmasmi. So with that teaching will be over. But this 13th chapter particularly, which is consisting of 35 shlokas, is special because that Mahavakya revealed here in the second shloka itself by Lord Krishna. How? Kshetragnam chapi mam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata. It is Mahavakya. You are that. I am the Ishvara, Kshetragna in every body. That is Lord said. So that means what? Tattvam Asi. Therefore, this chapter is called Mahavakya chapter. Of course, started with the Arjuna's 6 questions about the 6 technical terms. Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetram, Kshetragna, Gnanam and Gneyam. These are the 6 words. But we brought them into their only 3 categories because some of the words are synonyms. Prakriti and Kshetram are synonymous words. is equal to anatma, we can say. We'll put the word anatma. Then kshetragna, purusha and gneyam, all these three words are talking about the same. So we'll bring them to one group, that is atma. So first group is anatma, second is atma. Then the third topic is the gnanam. Here gnana means the values, the virtues which you require in order to realize and get this gnana. So like this only, in fact to say three topics only. Now we will see the gist of this entire chapter. First I will tell you. So first shloka is the question that is actually is not there in the original Bhagavad Gita. I told in the introduction, added by some other masters, Mahatma in between. But it is useful for us to understand, that's why we are including that also and taking as the 35 shlokas. Otherwise in some other books 34 will be there. So 2 to 24, 2 to 24, Bhagavan Shri Krishna answered all the questions. Even though we have made them three groups, but Bhagavan talked about each word. Then 8 to 12th shloka, Bhagavan answered for the gnanam. Now I am dividing that 2 to 25, 24. So 2 to 7, kshetra, kshetragna description. 8 to 12, gnanam description. 13th to 19th, gneyam description. And 20 to 24, prakriti purusha description. Now, instead of we go to the each shloka and all that, I am going to give you a summary in a different way. Different way. Why different way? Because actually this technique only Bhagavan Krishna used in his discourse, in his explanation. A Vedantic prakriya or the technique used by the Lord. What is it? Keeping that as the base, we will see the essence of it. The technique is Drik Drishya Vivekam. There is a special separate text, Prakarana Grantha, written by Vidyaranya Swami. Some say Shankaracharya itself written. That heading of the text is Drik Drishya Vivekam. Now, keeping this particular word and the idea, methodology, what it means? This Drik Drishya Vivekam. Drishyam means Prakriti, Kshetram. The first two headings, Anatma, all comes under the Drishyam. And the three words which I said just now, Atma is called the Drik, seer and seen. Now, two principles are applied to understand this. One principle is, I, the experiencer, is different than the whatever I experience. This is the first principle. I am the experiencer, different from the whatever is experienced by me. This is the first principle. That means I claim that I am the Sakshi, witnesser of the entire Drishya Prapancha. In the Drigdrishya Viveka, the first shloka talks about this only, but just by reading you cannot understand unless you listen to the explanation. Rupam drishyam lochanam dhruk tadrishyam druktumanasam दृश्याधिवृत्तयः साक्षी दृगेव न तु दृश्यते. That you have to listen separately. I am not going to tell all that, just a reminding Drig Drishya Viveka text how it starts. I will tell you simply that meaning. In other classes I mentioned this. When I see the things, objects and the form and colors and all that through the eyes become the dhruk, the seen objects becomes the drishyam. Now, like this all the sense organs. So all the sense organs are becoming the drishyam from the standpoint of the mind. All the modifications of the mind are observed by the buddhi. Mind becomes drishyam and buddhi becomes dhruk. Finally, this buddhi also watched, noticed by me, the consciousness. I am the dhruk. For me, the dhruk, there is no another dhruk. There is no another seer to see me. That is the meaning. Okay, anyhow. So, Sakshi Tattvam. So, I claim that I am the witnesser because I am different than. So, what are the things I experience generally here? I experience the world, I experience the body, mind, emotions and thoughts. So all these are all experienced, watched by me. So this is the first point. So I am different than what I experience. Now second point, second principle. Whatever I am experiencing, all those things are having some attributes, Visheshanams, attributes. All which I am experiencing, they have got some attributes. So, whatever I am experiencing, the attributes of those experienced objects or things not belong to me. Second principle. To understand this, we will take 2-3 examples. When I am experiencing anything, either object or thing or world or my body, anything, there is one attribute to them, that is changing. Modification is attribute of all those which I am seeing. This is our knowledge, our experience. Changing. World is changing, body is changing, mind is changing, emotions are changing, thoughts are changing. The changing attribute of this entire experienced world, that is not there with me, in me. Then what I have to say? I am changeless, eternal. I am the changeless, eternal. Eternal Atma. That's why Bhagavan told in the second chapter, न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. Your bodies will get destroyed, things will get destroyed. Even the moon, sun also one day going to get destroyed. But the seer, I am, the experiencer, eternal, I am not changing. I am not changing. Then let us take another attribute. All the objects, world, whichever I am experiencing has got some or other form, some form or other. Everything. My body has got a form, with outside objects are has got the form. So Rupam is there, form. When form comes, then size comes. Size comes. This hall is bigger, that bedroom is smaller. Size comes because Rupam has come. So this form and size were attribute of the Drishya Prapancha is not belong to me. So naturally I am formless. What we told before, I am eternal. Second, I am formless. When naturally no form, no size. Therefore, I can say I am Ananta, all pervading. I, Atma, consciousness, all pervading, Ananta. So that attribute is not there. Now, one more last. All of them which I am experiencing are all jadam, inert by themselves. This body made up of chemicals, bundle of chemicals, because Panchabhutas, they are all inert. They say you take the calcium, you take the this mineral, that mineral. When they made that mineral and calcium something in the lab, there is a life in that? Life is not there. It is a matter, material. But that matter, material given to this matter, it makes a matter. Because here Chaitanyam is there, this body now continuing alive because of the Chaitanyam. But basically, whatever we told the list, world, body, mind, thoughts, emotions, everything is jadam, achetanam. But I am Chetana Tattvam. So three things we derived. I am eternal, I am all pervading, and I am consciousness. Chaitanya means consciousness. Even after the body gets destroyed, the transactions won't be there. Any transaction cannot be done if the body is dead. Even after that also, I, the Chaitanyam, exist and survive. So if I know really I am that Chaitanyam, where is the question of fear of death or disappearance? Because I am eternal, where I will go? But body goes. All transactions will end. It doesn't matter. I am only. Discovering that my real essential nature is Drit Drishya Vivekam. This is what Lord applied. Where? When he started explaining about this Kshetrajna. Now what I have spoken to you, Shloka number 2 to 7. Then 8 to 12, next topic is Gnanam. This Gnanam, what we told Gnanam, the Daivi Sampatti, values, virtues. Bhagavan explained few shlokas 8 to 12. Now all of those, whatever Bhagavan spoken, we will made into 4 groups for us to understand easily. 4 groups. The first group, that means the values centered on, focused, centered on Jiva, centered on Jagat, centered on Ishvara, centered on Acharya. So all those values, if you divide them, this homework, if you are interested, you can do. You have to sort out in that 8 to 12 where it suits to this. Now, how to understand what I told? First is Jiva-centered values. Here, Jiva means right now, I think in this body, I am living, I am body, and I am Jiva also. Now, what value I need here? I must maintain the health of this body. How much possible, whatever way, health of the body. Body means here all the 5 layers of my personality. All 5 layers of my personality are Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. Physical, physiological, mental, intellectual, and Karanam, cause, that we say bliss. 5 layers. In all 5 layers, I must have the coordination and they must obey me. Why the body health is required? Suppose if this 1 hour class, you want to sit and listen, in any part of the body you have the pain, you cannot concentrate. Any kind of preoccupation, avogation is there in the mind, you cannot listen. Even right now, no avogation, no other thing, but I am started listening, but without our permission, like putting a French leave and going, the mind goes to your son who is in Chennai. It goes. The poor teacher, I don't know. You are opening the eyes and listening, but goes. So discipline it. You have to discipline it. Same way, intellect also sometimes feel tired or what is there? I already listened that. I think intellect will tell something. So this kind of distractions are all should be avoided. That is called Jiva-centered value or virtue. Practice, value. They all should obey me, at least for some time, whenever. Not 100% Prakriti body, but still, that's why please keep yourself fit. Okay? Fit India. Okay, for the sake of everybody, for the sake of you, for the sake of attaining the Gnanam. before this body becoming unfit, I must establish with the self-knowledge. Then afterwards, I need not to worry much or work much. Therefore, do some kind of exercise, yoga is needed on a regular basis, not after getting some problem. And so the coordination, so maintaining of the health of this all layers is the jiva centered values. Then second is jagat centered, the world oriented values. Here, I am not the controller or creator or control of this world. I am not the creator or controller of this world. First point. Then, that means don't try to possess or control the world. How you will possess or how you want to control? With the ahankara and mamakara. With that, you will try to somebody, something, some in this world, try to control or possess. Never control or possess any area of this world, then you will be happy. You will be happy. Then, instead of claiming aham and mama, but I choose, instead of possession, I will choose contribution. I will choose the contribution, what best I can contribute to the Lord's creation. Very important. This only Lord said, asaktiranabhishwangaha putradara gruhadishu, in the shloka number 10. So this is about the Jagat. Instead of possessing mentality, have the contribution mentality. That's it. Otherwise, you cannot live with peace, happiness, and security. That means don't depend on the world. Then, third is Ishvara-oriented values. Generally, we keep the world as the goal, means I have to achieve something, I have to do something, I have to make something, I have to prove something in the world. So for that is my goal. I use the Ishvara as the medium, broker. That means world is the sadhyam and Ishvara is the sadhanam. That's why I go to temple and I am giving my dead wasteful hair to you, but you fulfill my action. What a bargaining. Dead, wasteful, useless hair I will give. Like this, so many. That means I use you because you are a powerful person, but you do my job. Now, you have to, Krishna says, reverse this. Keep the Ishvara, Lord, as the goal, and the world is means for me. My children, my family, my body, my everything. It should help me to reach my goal, Ishvara. This is what Lord said here in the 11th shloka. He mentions that. Just I am bringing this connection. Mai chananyena yogena bhaktiravyabhicharini. The whole shloka. This point is there, Ishvara. Then, After Ishvara centered value, the last and fourth one is Acharya centered value. Because specially Bhagavan mentioned Acharyopasanam Shaucham in the 8th shloka itself. Acharya Upasanam, I explained that day, just I remind, it is not Acharya Upasana means keeping the teacher's photo and doing the archana, or whenever teacher comes putting flowers on his feet, or doing abhisheka, namaskara, this, that, or doing some kind of pada seva, anda seva, this seva, something, service. It is not that. Acharya Upa Asanam. Go near to the teacher and sit. Then, oh, I will just go and I will also take a room or house where my teacher, I am also in that. No. Ask him to teach and listen whatever he teaches. Upadesham. Acharya, actually it should be said Upadesham. So, Upavasam, staying near to him, naturally Upadesham should take place. Therefore, if the teacher is not speaking anything, he may be a great master like Ramana and Maunam, then what I will get? But some Mahatmas, some teachers may not talk. But you need a person who can speak to you and explain and talk to you. Therefore, that Sampradaya Acharyas are this teaching methodology. That is Sampradaya. In between, if any exemptions are coming, they are exceptions. Therefore, here, otherwise, why Bhagavan has to tell this? But many people don't understand this. They will keep their photo of that thing. They never visited the Kanchi Paramacharya. Or, in fact, we have not seen the Ramana Maharshi also. But I will keep the Ramana Maharshi photo because everybody is telling is great. Everybody says they got good experience, this, that, and no. By just keeping like that, 2, 3, and it won't work. You need to. That comes, but here just Suchana. When he comes to the sadhana at the end, he will tell. So Acharyopasanam is the important. For also Bhagavan said immediately in the next 12th shloka, Adhyatma Gnana Nityatvam Tattva Gnanardha Darshanam. For Adhyatma Gnana Dhridatvam Nityatvam and Tattva Artha Gnana Darshanardham Acharyopasanam. So in this way, 4 groups if you divide, this is the essence of that Gnanam, their values. Then the next topic is 25 to 35. That means up to the end of the, in between what happened from 13 to 19. So 13 to 19, this Gneyam is explained in between. Gneyam means again Prakriti Purusha, Kshetrajna. I already told simply in Dridrishya Vivekam. So that I am not telling separately. Okay? And there, just to remind to you, that is actually in the terms of Prakriti Purusha, Bhagavan spoken again. Because he has to answer to Arjuna's all the words, each and every one. Therefore, here Prakritim Purushim Chaiva Vidyanadi Bhavavapi Ubhavapi, it starts from there. And so in this way, up to from Actually, from 13th onwards, I told no. Sarvatah Panipadam starts there and ends at the 19th shloka is Karya Karana Kartrutve. So Purusha explained, Prakriti Purusha. So now I included that also. Now 25 to 35, if you see in this way, Gnana Sadhanani and Phalam. Gnana Sadhanani. Now that Gnanam is qualifications which helps you to walk in the path of Gnana. Now here let me tell you, in this Charama Shatkam I already told that Asipadam, that means Jiva Ishwara Aikyam Mahavakyam. In that, so you must know first of all what is Jiva, what is Ishvara, and how these both can be one. What is the Bhedam, Upadhi and all that, what is Vachyartha, what is Lakshartha, that all you must know. Then to know this and to walk in this path of Gnanam. Now come to the right word, Gnana Margam. To come to that you need those qualities and qualifications, Arahata. That's why the values. That's why now here real Gnana Sadhanani what? They are also helping to come, just to come on to this Gnana highway. But now what I have to do in the highway? This here. Here you need the sadhanas. Gnana Sadhanani. The preparations for Gnana Sadhanani, they are the auxiliaries. You got the point? Now ultimately what you will get finally. So those things are told here. Here while explaining this, Bhagavan, he put into different words. I told that totally 5 sadhanas. 5 sadhana, pancha sadhanani. One is karma yoga for purification of the mind. Upasana yoga for the concentration of the mind. Then Shravana yoga just to know what is what. Then clarifying all the doubts and whatever you heard, make it clear, Manana yoga, and then you establish in that knowledge, internalize and get the stability is called Nididhyasana yoga. But Bhagavan used the words are different here. In the 25th shloka, he says, Dhyane natmani pashyanti kechidatmanam atmana anye sankhena yogena karma yogena chapare. And then next shloka also he said, okay, if you, this is the essence what I told Bhagavan, okay, don't get struggle with those words. This is 5 steps. Now, if you are not able to study original, the Upanishad, Gita or this Bhashya or anything, Bhagavan telling that also, whoever already studied and know and established in that Gnanam, you listen from them and learn it. In any language, doesn't matter. You want the purport of that thing. So, only if you read Sanskrit only you will get liberation, nothing like that. That's why here he says, Tepi chatatirantyeva. If they are not able to do in this way, they can become the Shrutva Shrutvanebhya upasate, who already attain that Shruti Parayanaha, you become a sincere listener. That's why Shravanam comes first. So all this Bhagavan said. Now we have to highlight further chapters are all. Now we are not Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga. I told how much I have done, how much whether I have stood to still do. I don't know. There is any meter like a thermometer and the oximeter like that to check it. There is nothing like that. If you are getting interest in listening to the Bhagavad Gita, Vedanta, Satsangam, Shravanam, you are already crossed all those things maximum. Now, how to work? What is the importance of this after coming to this, after listening to the such a great Upanishadic essence of Bhagavad Gita? How I have to work on it? There, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam. Therefore, there need not be any doubt about it like that. After telling all this, now benefits, phalam. Arjuna didn't ask separately what is the phalam, but such a great exposition, the entire essence of the Vedanta Sara is told, then the phalam should be glorified, no? Therefore, Bhagavan speaks from the in 28th shloka onwards up to the end. First he says, what is the phalam? Sarvatra samadarshanam. You will, in spite of you see the differences and diversity, but you see with your internal intellectual eye the oneness. Because the consciousness is samam. Sarvatra samadarshanam. Two shlokas, this word Bhagavan uses. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram. Ishwaram here, Parameshwara, consciousness, Brahman, Atma. Ishwara is equally available, sitting in every body, in everybody. Therefore, then next shloka, whoever sees in this way, yah pashyati, sa pashyati. This word twice Bhagavan is going to say. Now, next shloka also, again, samam pashyan hi sarvatra samavastitam ishwaram. Again is telling the same thing. Here, Ishwara, okay, not like as generally people, religious people, religions talk, nothing doing with that. Consciousness, Atma. But instead of using the word, some places Bhagavan used Atma, Paramatma. Now here Ishwaram, Parameshwaram. Ishwaram word he is using. That means consciousness only. And so these are the things, Sarvatra Samadarshanam. This helps him to attain the Param Gatim. And not only that, after telling that the contents, the containers are different, containers, but the content is same. That is the meaning. In the world, it never happened. It never happened means same wine in the old bottle. Bottle size is different, and bottle, whether you drink the payasam in the gold cup, silver cup, or paper cup, or mud cup, how does it matter? Payasam. That is, content is same, container is different. This understanding is told Sarvatra Samadarsanam. Before also in some other chapters also Bhagavan mentioned this. Again he will mention. That's why in the 5th chapter, just to remind, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shunichaiva Swapakecha Pandita Samadarshinaha. In dog eater, in the elephant, in Brahmana, in any, Bhagavan given the examples there. Whoever having this with knowledge, Samadarshana. The containers are different. If that person is bad but Atma is not bad. Because person works under the influence of the Prakriti. Prakriti, mind under the influence of the Prakriti. Because of that he functions. But basically, the inner substance, the current is one. But here white bulb, yellow bulb, and one is moving, one other is not moving. But any difference in the current? Absolutely no difference. Therefore, and in 6th chapter also, same kind of again, Suhrun Mitra Udasina Madhyastad Vesha Bandhushu Sadhushvapicha Swapapeshu Sarvatra Samadarshanaha. Friend, enemy, good man, bad man, no difference for such a Gnani. He sees the inner essence. Outside this person is doing something wrong. But from the Atma standpoint, so like this, these are all crux in each chapter here and there if you see. That's why Bhagavad Gita is not a once read and heard and gone. How many times possible you must listen. Then more and more deeper understanding, more and more clarity. Otherwise, why to give this summary? Generally, many won't give, some acharyas only will give. I am following that. Then, what will happen next? This Gnani now, who has come to this stage of Sarvatra Samadashna, he claims, I am not the Karta, I am not the doer. And not only that, he also claims that I am not the Bhokta, I am Abhokta. So where these words are there? In the 30th and 32nd shloka, these words are there. Okay. Yada bhuta prudak bhavam ekastamanu pashyati tata evacha vistaram brahmasam, not this, the previous one. Prakrutyaiva cha karmani kriyamanani sarvashah yah pashyati tadatmanam akartaram sa pashyati. Akartaram. And in the 32nd shloka, again Bhagavan bringing these two things, but Abhokta word is not there. Instead of that, Anaditvad Nirgunatvat Paramatmayam Avyayah Sharirasthopi Kaunteya Nakaroti Na Lipyate. Thus, Na Lipyate is Na Bhokta also, Na Karta also. Lipyate means it's touching, it is entering. That means I am eating that, I am come to contact that, Bhokta. So, Na Lipyate meaning is Na Bhokta also. But to make us to understand these two things, Akarta, Abhokta, Bhagavan given a very beautiful, important two examples. One is about the Akasha. nopalipyate. And in these two examples, these two are applied. What? Akarta, abhokta. Akasha giving the yatha sarvagatam saukshmyad akasham nopalipyate sarvatravasthito dehe tada atmanop. Clearly here atma. As like the space giving the akasham, avakasham to all the things to stay in it, but it is not touched by any of them. Really it is not doing anything and really it is not getting any effect. That means bhokta also. In the same way, very clear straight word here. In the same way, tatha sarvatra avastitaha dehe. In all the bodies sitting, staying, that atma also na lipyate. Here no Paramatma or any word, Atma, you. Then about the light, Prakasham also, for the same, which is two examples, because they are very powerful. I explained a lot in the last class. Yatha prakashayatyekah krishnam lokamimam ravihi. One sun illumining the entire world. Entire world. Again, he is not really a karta. Anytime karta, sometimes he will scold or he claim. You know, really, I am very much concerned about you. That's why I am giving light to your country. Anytime this kind of attitude or thought or anything, he is just shining. Whoever getting the shining. And many are doing Sandhya Vandanam. And many are offering the oblations. So I am so happy. He feels enjoyed and excited, Lord Son? No. Unconcerned. Akarta, abhokta. In the same way, this Ch-13, the consciousness in every kshetram, body, tatha, one Ch-13, one consciousness, kritsnam, illumining and making enlivening of everything, prakashayati bharata. So, now when the consciousness is a sakshi or illumining, it won't feel proud, it won't claim. The problem is we think with the mind. Don't think with the mind. If I say the example of the light, the current never feels something. Today in the Gita class in the Sundar's house, Gita class in Sundar's house, because this is a very punya karyam. The prakasham light won't feel, the current won't feel, and the same current in the other house or in some other place, there adi-dadi some problem and killing all happening. There also, no, I can't see this kind of bad. Consciousness is I really, the Chaitanyam, unconcerned, untouched, akarta, abhokta. Now this example, you are thinking with the mind and trying to understand, then finally some corner of your mind may say, because mind is crooked. Sir, current doesn't have life, sir. Virille. It doesn't have the mind. The problem with you is the mind. Because you are not leaving the mind, Because we are not able to comprehend consciousness. Keep on telling this. You work on it. You should become so, go to deeper in your understanding, in your thinking, and your everything. You have to go. That is only called nididhyasanam. Without doing that, only at the mental level you are. Therefore, this kind of silly questions will come. Here, when we talk about the space and the light, they are both are jadam only. In fact, jadam. By giving the inert example and making you to understand the life principle or conscious principle, you see how difficult for the teacher and the scriptures. But there is no way. There is no way. So we'll keep on hammer like this, and you keep on get the bumps, and then slowly you will be chiseled. You will then shine. You will shine by yourself. Atmanyevatmana tushtaha stita prajnastadauchyate. And so in this way, Bhagavan given a very beautiful example and concluded very important chapter, but it is only a starting to walk on the highway of this Jnana path. Then chapter 14, 15 mainly continue this deeper idea thinking. Then again to polish it. Again Bhagavan goes to the values. Again he spends 2 chapters, 16 and 17. Still, if any difficulty in your grasping of this, yes, I think somewhere you have to correct it here. Then he summarizes entire thing in the last chapter. So, Charama Shatkam is the last leap of the Gnana Marga. So, we'll listen them also with same Shraddha Bhakti. Now with this, the summary of the 13th chapter also got over. The Pushpika. Om Tat Sat iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Kshetra Vibhaga Yogo Nama Trayodashodhyayaha. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.